Good morning, and thank you all for being here today. Welcome to the Safe Systems Summit. I am Laura Sant. I'm the director of the Collaborative Sciences Center for Road Safety. We could not be more pleased to be hosting this event in Durham here today, alongside our conference co-host, the North Carolina Governor's Highway Safety Program. If you're not familiar with the Collaborative Sciences Center for Road Safety, our consortium was established less than 3 years ago as one of 5 national university transportation research centers, aiming to address our nation's critical safety issues. Within the first 3 months, we launched our website and 8 research projects, combining the strengths of various departments from across our 5 consortium universities, from robotics to public health to planning and engineering departments. We now have more than 24 innovative studies underway or completed, many of which you'll learn more about at the summit here. We also have a research exploration room, which is where you might have come in and seen the reception desk as well. There are a lot of products of our center's work on display, as well as opportunities to collaborate and share your ideas and resources as well. Our mission is also to cultivate skilled future professionals and leaders, and we support the work of more than 80 students across our 5 campuses, many of whom are also here today. We were thrilled to have the Duke students bring their mobile demonstration van yesterday and share their automated vehicle command center project. Seeing the energy and talent of the new folks entering the field is very inspiring. And we're very pleased to be sharing more of our students' work in some of the poster session that will be part of tonight's reception. While our consortium members and our students endeavor to produce high-quality research, we measure ourselves most by how we bridge research to practice, which is what brings us here today. We want to bring together new voices, ideas, tools, and approaches to more effectively partner to address our enduring and our emerging road safety challenges. We're so happy to have old friends and new among us today, and we're so very happy to be able to grow our learning community and our impact together. Before I introduce our next speakers, I want to be sure to point out some of the special people in the room today. First, our center's leadership and associate directors from all of our consortium universities and departments. You'll see them speaking and moderating sessions throughout the program, as well as some of our other center staff, and I'm very privileged to be working with this talented group of folks. We're also very thankful for the conference sponsors who have helped support this event and make it possible. We had to reschedule the summit that we were planning last fall thanks to Hurricane Florence that made landfall right at the time we were supposed to meet. And we're very appreciative that Mother Nature is now making it up with beautiful weather that we had today. And so we're also thankful for the support of our advisory board. You'll see the ribbons with their recognition as well. And we are very thankful for the work that the planning committee has done to produce today's events. And you'll find a lot more information about everybody who helped make this event possible in your program. So now I'm very pleased to be introducing our conference co-host and sponsor, Mark Ezell, the director of the North Carolina Governor's Highway Safety Program. The North Carolina Governor's Highway Safety Program works to reduce the number of traffic crashes and fatalities in the state of North Carolina through the planning and execution of safety programs. They fund North Carolina's Vision Zero initiative, which is working to meet the goal of 0 deaths on North Carolina roadways through community involvement and data-driven safety interventions. Mark brings to the organization more than 20 years of experience in directing statewide public safety and health campaigns. So please help me in welcoming you to the stage.
Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that, and I am grateful to you and to the rest of the staff for the fantastic work that you have done in putting on this conference. It's been a long time coming. We, of course, had a hurricane, which tends to put a damper on things in many respects, and but we've been able to make adjustments and have this event here. I'm also pleased to have this couch. You know, as my staff will tell you, I'm a big fan of these standing meetings. You know what standing meetings are? Everybody stands up. And, the trick is that during the standing meetings, that's supposed to make the meetings much more quick and efficient. What it took a while for my folks to realize is that by the 45th minute, I was doing just fine in a standing meeting. They weren't quite as thrilled. So the idea of having this couch is just absolutely fantastic. But on behalf of Governor Cooper, I want to thank everyone for being here at this Safe Systems Summit. I am fortunate to have what I believe is the best job in North Carolina. My job essentially is to keep North Carolinians safe and healthy. And I'm able to do that in two ways. One, we run projects and initiatives that help advance the public health of North Carolinians on our roadways. Our Click Your Ticket campaign, the Boot It and Lose It campaign, the Vision Zero efforts that we've done, our occupant protection and child passenger safety efforts, all come out of our office. The second thing we're able to do is fund projects that really make a difference in people's lives. Over 120 projects across North Carolina, totaling about $40 million, to do a variety of different things on local, state, and national efforts to advance transportation safety. And I've got to be honest with you, I was initially very reluctant to fund this conference. And here's the reason. I didn't understand the concept of safe systems. I have a barely earned bachelor's degree in political science. This is not something that the average, everyday individual knows until I thought about how this affected my life. The fact is, in the early 1990s, my father was killed in a car crash. He was not wearing a seatbelt. My mother was with him in this crash, and she was. We're celebrating her 86th birthday on Friday. How would systems have made a difference in that life? For one, you potentially would have had system redundancies that would have allowed my father to be reminded to buckle his seatbelt. You would have potentially had road safety gear, including guards and other things on the road, to recognize the fact that people make mistakes and to create some redundancies to affect that. You would have had advanced EMS training. We would have had better and stronger education efforts. We would have had stronger public health efforts. And we've seen that improve over the past 20 years. But oftentimes it's improved in our silos. What we need to do in North Carolina and other states is to create safer systems that work together, where the traffic safety engineers and the public health professionals and the EMS folks and the behavioral educators are all working together within a system that's going to make a difference in reducing, and as our vision in North Carolina, completely eliminating these types of crashes. And meetings like this, high level though they may be, are essential first steps in making that happen. Because what we discuss at this level then seeps down into our policies, then seeps down into our practices, then becomes part of our culture. That's what we're trying to achieve here. And meetings like this can make that happen. The Governor's Highway Safety Program is so pleased to be a part of this, and we look forward to meeting you during the rest of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark, for those words. And next, I would like to welcome another important leader in North Carolina's roadway safety community, Kevin Lacey, who is the State Traffic Engineer for the North Carolina Department of Transportation and Director of the agency's Transportation Mobility and Safety Division. The division's mission is to provide safe and efficient movement of all modes of transportation through the research, design, and implementation of innovative traffic safety and operations strategies. Kevin and his team are involved in statewide and national efforts to advance this mission through research, the development and application of effective policies, and the development of operational techniques that improve traffic flow and safety for motorists, pedestrians, and cyclists. Welcome, Kevin.
welcome to North Carolina and Durham, City of Medicine. And it's maybe coincidental that a hurricane delayed this meeting, because we had a hurricane last night too, and so go Canes. And maybe we'll have another hurricane up in D.C. soon, and we're in Game 7. But about 2 weeks ago, I went down to New Orleans to talk to the National Boat Safety Commission. And it's an advisory commission to the U.S. Coast Guard to talk about, how data analytics and things that we've changed over the years on highway safety has helped reduce injuries and crashes across the country and in our state as well. And what I looked at and talked about is change. We have to change the methods of what we're doing, how we think, our tools, how we apply those tools, the analytics, if we're going to be successful. Because no matter how good we think we are today, there's going to be people figuring out how to circumvent the safety features that we have. I brought up a conversation about a table saw. And I'm not going to ask you to raise your hands if you have a table saw and you have removed the safety equipment on that table saw. Because if you're a man with a table saw, probably at least 75, 80% of you have moved it. Maybe you hadn't cut your thumb off yet, and we hope you don't. But that's the kind of the nature of people. We seem to do things to circumvent the safety efforts that we do. And that's why I think the importance of the safety systems and the collaborative parts are the next step. That's where we've talked about for years, back when Ice-T came along and we had all the concepts back then, SMS for those who may remember that, and all these different topics that where we've talked about, we got to get everybody to the table. Well, we've done some of that. We've done a lot of talking about it, but it's going to be conferences and activities like this where we actually get at the root cause. It is going to take research. It is going to take efforts. It's going to take some failures. We're going to trip. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is that we don't accept status quo. We don't accept the fact that people are going to die on our highways as a cost of doing business. The day we accept that is the day we've lost. We've lost a game. And I ask each and every one of you, as you're going through the sessions in the next 2 days, if there's opportunities that you see that Mark or myself or anybody can potentially take advantage of, bring it to our attention. We got several DOT staff here. We got municipalities. This is not a DOT effort. This is an effort of us, everyone, the big E. Not just enforcement, education, engineering, but it's the big E, everybody involved. And that's how we're going to be successful. That's how we're going to overcome and repeat the days. We have days in North Carolina that people don't die on our highways. We want to repeat those days. We want them to be 365 days in a row. We want to continue. One day, we hope to see a sign on the side of the highway. And believe me, I don't like putting signs up on the side of the highway. I got other folks who hate it, but I don't like it. But hopefully the sign will say, how many days since the last fatality? That would be a great sign to have. And I look forward to the day to put that sign up and it have very large numbers. So again, welcome to the conference. Welcome to Durham, City of Medicine. And thank you for allowing me to speak. Take care.
We're so happy to have Mark and Kevin here, not only to hear their perspectives, but really to illustrate how partners across North Carolina are working together to solve road safety problems. And as you will hear, and we'll talk about much more throughout the course of this summit, bringing key stakeholders together to share and develop key shared safety goals is a big component of the systems approach.